Let's bring in right now editor-in-chief at Christianity Today, Russell Moore. He has a new piece for the publication titled "Why We Want to See the Epstein Files." Russell, again, this has been, Epstein, the fact that this guy got away with so much for so long. And the fact there's so many questions that are still remaining, so much of his life and so much of the pedophile ring, and we still don't know for sure who all the rich and powerful people were. That's a question that has rung out in MAGA world and certainly has with members in the church as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, and at first when I started hearing about this from people, I thought, well, this will be like Access Hollywood. People initially were a little upset, but then they just kind of put it aside. Or January 6th. All kinds of people who looked at January 6th and thought, I didn't sign up for that, but who then just kind of moved along. I thought that will happen with this as well, but it's not. And there seems to be something very different here from people who have been saying for years, we have to get at this Epstein case. And one of the real tells that I'm seeing is the way that humor is being used. If you look at the ESPY Awards, at the comedy being used there about well, there was an Epstein joke here, but it's been deleted, and maybe it deleted itself. That's not partisan humor. It's the kind of gallows humor that I think the whole country just about is feeling right now. And we haven't seen an issue that's been able to unite people across the stage of American life in a long time, a really long time.
Russell, can you explain a little bit as well, beyond the obvious that everyone should want to know, if there were people, whether powerful or not, that we don't know about participating in a pedophilia ring? Can you explain why it goes deeper in the MAGA movement, why it goes deeper in the conservative movement, why it goes deeper in the church when you talk to people? Why is this, we keep using the word foundational, but it really is to a lot of people. Why is this story so important to so many people?
Well, I think some of it is just the horror of the moral atrocity itself. I think that many people are able to see somebody who's not only sexually exploiting, raping minor girls, but is also doing so with some of the richest people, allegedly, in the country, in a kind of systematic sort of torture, sexual torture of them. Most people can see that that's repulsive to functioning consciences. But then you add to that this is part of what in the MAGA movement, there's been this concern for many years that the leaders are out of step with people. So there's a group of elite, sometimes talked about in terms of a deep state, sometimes talked about in terms of just the uniparty or whoever. There's a group of people who want two different sets of laws, two different kinds of American dreams in terms of economy, two different kinds of laws for people. So they started thinking about the Epstein case when it wasn't one of those dividing kind of choose your jersey issues and line up. And so that's gone on for so long. It's very difficult for people just to say, oh, the person that I've rightly identified as a villain, now I'm just not supposed to think about anymore. That's very, very difficult for people to do.
At the same time, President Trump has been able to turn the page on issues, Russell, and move the interest in a different direction. Is it possible, perhaps, that he does the same here?
Well, I expect that he will at some point, but I've been expecting that for the past several days. I mean, one of the things that's shocking about this era is just how quickly things go. I mean, I was stunned last week to realize it was a year since the Biden-Trump debate. That seems like 10 years has happened. And, the bombing of Iran, how long ago does that seem, and how distant from what we're talking about right now? This story, though, at least right now, continues to persist, and a lot of the methods that are being used If you just don't pay attention to it, it's not real. If you pay attention to it, you're supporting our enemies. If you pay attention to it, as of yesterday, you're stupid and dupes. Those don't seem to be working yet. Will they at some point? Maybe, but they've usually worked a lot quicker than this before now.
Well, you know, you can tell when pastors are hearing from their congregation on certain issues, and you can tell when these podcasters and politicians are hearing from their listeners and their constituents, Russell, because they realize they don't have any choice. They can't back down and wash their hands of it. Editor-in-Chief at Christianity Today, Dr. Russell Moore, as always, it's great having you here. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.